got this very rare green 1955 camp light stove we're restoring. This thing's awesome. Unfortunately, the glass is broken at the bottom, but we can probably replace that. And this piece right there, they managed to weld it. So that's kind of crazy right there. So we'll have to replace this piece. Everything's pretty dirty, but we'll clean it up. And if you actually thought this was a camp light, I don't know what to tell you. Come on, guys. Get it together. All right. So this right here is actually a, it's hard to read. This is a 220E. I had to hit this with a Dremel so I could read it. Yeah, 220E. So yeah, everything looks good on it. The generator, where's the generator? Generator looks really good. This thing came right out. It's like, it looks like it's a pretty decent unit. I cleaned everything up, but it's like, it's not like all stuck and everything. Ah, come on, now you can't hide now. There you go. See, it pops out. So it's like, not bad. This piece right here, not bad. The last couple I've been tearing apart, they've been like bright green. And this came out really not too hard coming out of here. I had a couple that were like, man, you gotta put some power into that thing. I mean, everything's really dirty and all. This thing, it's got some chips. It's missing the little bell, but I've got, luckily, I purchased a couple of these. So I got 3 of those. So I'm not hurting on these little bell portions right there. So we got the pump for the iron. It's late at night. So we got a community bath here of, thank you, Steve Winkelman, for the pump juice notifications. We got some Neat Foot oil. So our community bath right here is, let's see, what do we got going here? So this one right here is the, that is the external pump for the iron. Let's see what else we got here. 2 of these are ones I bought in this eBay lot of parts. So I got 2 pumps, a couple of those little bells for the top of the ventilators. This piece right here, which I need for a camp light coming in. Got this nice gas cap, solid one that's like the old style, which is, I like those too. I'm okay with that. I just use an O-ring on these things. And like I say, 2 pumps, and pumps are expensive. Then we got our pump for, that's the other project we got going here. So we got a Turner torch. So this is not brass, so don't be freaking out saying, oh, you shouldn't have painted that, it's a brass. It's not brass, it's steel. So I give it a spray. In the morning when it dries, I'm going to give it a wet sand, then we'll respray it silver again. This thing was the one that was filled with rotten gas they sent me. Thank you very much, eBay. But my wife, she's a social worker, so she's much kinder than I am, and she said, oh, it's probably an old person, you know, they probably didn't know it, you know, maybe it was their husbands and they didn't think about it. It's like, yeah, it's probably true. My mom would have done something like that probably. Anyway, so we got it all torn apart, and we scrubbed it up with some steel wool with some simple green to try to remove as much of the years and years of residue from people's hard work, probably doing auto body work, using this to spread lead on 1957 Chevys. So we'll have to put something here. I saw a guy who restored exactly one of these, and he made a little brass button to go in here. Probably do something like that. That guy was crazy. He actually, these things right here, he welded them and then filed in the new slot he did a really amazing job. That guy was insane. So the only thing I actually have to do on this one here is, no, my wrong part. Yep, it is the right part, just backwards. Is I have to go and I have to make a new rubber seal for this thing. That one is the one I tried, but it's too short, so I need to make it thicker. I'll probably take 2 portions of this that I punched out with my leather punch and super glue them together, stick them in there. And if I need to trim it off with a razor blade for the seal, that goes in here, right here, and then here's the spring. So really, it's pretty much a bigger size setup from the Primus that I did yesterday. That one was a monster, but it worked okay. I think the extra flame that was coming out, it's from the where it screws on the brass to brass set seals. It's just not sealing very good. I think I'm just going to put some Teflon tape on there, and we'll just give it a try. Let's see. So going back to this, so this is right here is that's the Turner pump. It's soaking. This one right here is from the 1955 220E. Like I said, that was a 1955. Where is it? Oh boy. Yeah, right there, 55. So yeah, so I'm just gonna have to get this piece, which is a really common piece. I don't know what they were thinking. I'm dumbfounded as to how this. I would love to know the story behind this. I just wonder if it was like some tweakers or something. You know, some son of some guy back in the 50s bought this thing, you know, sitting in his garage, and his tweaker son, when he grew up, his dad passed away or something. Him and his tweaker buddy probably that thing broke off, and they just welded up. Something crazy, who knows? I mean, how would you do that? Think about that. What would cause this kind of damage? That's the question that you have to ask yourself. Anyway, it is what it is. So, but yeah, these are my 2 projects right now. So this thing right here, I cleaned it really good also. I cleaned everything. This thing smelled like horrific rotten gas, which this piece is going back outside after we're done with this video. So they use like this rope, which I had to cut off a little bit of it, but it is what it is. It's like a wick, I guess. But I washed this whole thing in simple green, and then it was outside. I took it outside and I hit it with a torch, kind of burn off some of the residue and everything, and try to hit this right here to kind of dry it out. So we're gonna let it sit in the sun tomorrow and dry a little bit further. This thing, I don't know how it seemed like it's not full of junk, so it should be good. And like I say, I sprayed it silver. We're gonna wet sand it tomorrow morning, and then we're just gonna maybe respray it. This handle's in really nice shape. Everything's in really good shape on this, to be honest with you. The Primus, I bought an exact same model coming from England, so I can take that sheath off and I can reproduce it for the one that's missing it, and then I'll have 2 Primus torches. I really like those torches. They're real compact, and it's a really elegant design. I really like it. So yeah, I'm probably gonna look for a cup, a leather cup for the Primus, or I saw them from Japan, and we'll go and maybe buy a couple of those. I'll need 2. I need one for the one I have and the one that's probably going to show up. The one that when I pulled it out yesterday, unfortunately a piece of the leather was chipped out, or else I would have just soaked it and tried to refurb it, but it was too far gone. Right now what I have is I have basically, it's not a rubber O-ring, but it's like a rubber seal, like a rubber disc with a hole in it, and just enough size that it catches the walls of the pump cylinder, and it seems to work okay, to be honest with you. But I want to put a leather cup in there. So anyway, that's where we're at. Let's see, this thing here, I think the you can't see it, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Well, if you look closely enough, yeah, you see there. Well, it's not a. Try to see here. Okay, there you go. You can see that the orifice is clean because you can see the light through it. All right, well, anyway, God bless, and tomorrow we'll make a video. I really wish this part wasn't like that because I would really want to light this up. I don't want to rob another one of my lanterns to get this one going, so we're going to wait. But the good news is I actually watched and came across a video with a guy who knew how to seal up the pinholes in the font. So I've got that camp light that's got like 3 pinholes in it. So this guy, what he did is he attached a little piece of brass to a copper wire, and he fed it through this and fed it out the pinholes, and then he used silver solder and was able to solder it. So it's like, I think I can do something like that. But another guy I watched, he uses a wire brush to strip off all the paint, and he doesn't use the chemical paint strippers. He just uses a wire brush. So I'm going to, tomorrow I've got lots of wire brushes. I'm going to wire brush that font off, get it down to bare metal, really clean, and then wash out the inside really, really good, the best I can. And then we'll pinpoint those, I think it's about 3 pinholes, and then we're going to get those in a situation that they're big enough that I can feed a copper wire through them, and then we're going to do something similar to what that guy did. So it's like there's something on the inside, and then I hold it, and then I'll go and I'll solder it, and it'll have something to adhere to besides just the steel. And we should hopefully get a good seal on that, and then I can grind it down, polish it down, and then respray it, and we'll be good to go. And then the font, which is based, the one that I have that I purchased as a replacement, which is a 1958 from a 220. We can keep that as a spare because I've got a lot of these, and if one of these goes bad or something, then we could replace it. So that's where we're going to go with this on the. But yeah, that's where we're at. And like I say, so this right now, hopefully we'll have this thing lit pretty soon. I'll try to get that part. I got to get another glass. The one I got, I tried to get it was a different brand, but it was too small. When I read the comments on Amazon, they said, yeah, this fit my Coleman, it was fine. But it's like when I got it, it was not the right size. So I got to actually get a Coleman replacement glass. So that we're going to do that. I need 2 of them because I have 2 lanterns coming that need glass. This one is an original. Made in the USA, red, but it's cracked. So I'll hang on to it. But we'll get some replacements. This one you could use it. You definitely could use it. It's just not pretty. I mean, when it's washed up, I guess, you know, it would look a lot better, but it's like it is cracked on there. I don't think it would actually break any further the way it is, but we'll keep it as a spare. Anyway, God bless. Have a wonderful day, and we will talk to you later.